What's up, guys? So this is Aussies for Trump, back with another video. I know it's been a while since I've last uploaded, but I'll be linking a whole bunch of different channels that I've been working on, as well as other platforms in the description of this video. But I found this one quite funny. Well, I mean, funny, but also awesome, because, I mean, it's a black dude. I mean, you'll see the title, but it's just fucking gold, man. I love it. Now, I'm a white guy, I'm not racist, but fucking no, man. Like the amount of times that the lefties try to throw the racist card at us, it's like, oh, we need voter ID, that's racist, these high. There was one recently that I saw that was like these talk about like a highway that went through, like, I think it was New Orleans, and some congresswoman or whatever was trying to say that the highway the highway was racist. How is a highway racist, for fuck's sake? Anyway, I thought this was awesome, this interview, and fucking props to my boy Ben Carson, because he fucking nailed it in this. Like, it is just absolute fucking gold, and I want every one of you to see it. And yeah, enjoy the video. I'll say a few more comments about it afterwards. But yeah, let's have a watch together, and leave a comment, like, comments, and subscribe if you like the content. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comments. Is it racist to need a voter ID? I don't even understand, like, the lefties' initial base point for thinking that's racist in the first place. Because, like, voter IDs aren't like subject to race. Everyone has to have one. Anyway, let's get into it, and I'll see all of you at the end of the video if you make it that far. But yeah, this is a pretty good video. I highly recommend watching the whole thing. But yeah, here we go.
Jim Crow, the laws of the 19th and 20th century that sought to disenfranchise black voters from politics. It's a term that we're hearing a lot of again now from Democrats seeking to connect that moment in history to these new Georgia election laws. The National Review's Rich Lowry writes this: it's time to begin to think of invocations of Jim Crow in the contemporary debate as just as loathsome and self-discrediting as the Nazi charge. People who call anything in today's America the new Jim Crow are advertising their own lack of seriousness and ignorance of history, as well as, in many cases, their naked cynicism. Here is an example of what Rich Lowry writes about.
And so I'm convinced that we'll be able to stop this, because it is the most pernicious thing. This makes Jim Crow look like Jim Eagle.
The Senate Judiciary and Rules Committees have started their work responding to the concerted nationwide attack on voting rights of millions of Americans that we haven't seen since the era of Jim Crow.
I do absolutely agree that it's racist. It is a redux of Jim Crow in a suit and tie.
Joining me now, Dr. Ben Carson, founder and chairman of the American Cornerstone Institute and former HUD secretary. Dr. Carson, good to have you with us today. What's your reaction to Rich Lowry's piece and to those sound bites that you just heard?
I think Rich Lowry is right on target, and it's very sad that some of our leaders, and particularly the leader of the free world, would be involved in disseminating information that is untrue. I wonder if these people actually understand history. Do they know what Jim Crow laws actually were? They were a mechanism to diminish the rights that many blacks had gained during Reconstruction, and to enforce segregation. And the things that people went through in those days were horrendous. And to compare that with Senate Bill 202, which actually expands rights. And, I find it rather funny that, the CEO of Delta and American Airlines would be saying that requiring voter ID is racist. try to get on a Delta flight or an American Airlines flight without an official ID. You're not going to get on there. And, you know, as far as absentee balloting is concerned, try going to one of their corporate meetings, one of the annual meetings, and voting if you're not a stockholder or have official documentation saying that you're capable of voting. So if traveling, which is considerably less important than voting, you know, doesn't get, you know, an X on it, then why should voting get an X on it? I think I would love to see these people actually come on your show or another objective show and explain what exactly is Jim Crowish about what's going on.
Just gonna pause it right there real quick, cause like I couldn't agree with more with what he's saying. Dog, God, I love this dude. Like he fucking every word that he said in this interview nails it. It is just so goddamn good. Like, I'll let it continue.
We would like that too.
They won't do it,
Because we
I
would give them a
guarantee you.
forum to explain their thinking. Any one of these CEOs who disagrees with what you're saying or disagrees with some of what's been presented here, they should come on and talk about it. Because if you go through these rules, there are, as I said before, 17 days during which you can vote, including weekends. On voting day, you can vote from 7 in the morning until 7 at night. You can register 3 months prior to get an absentee ballot. And there are mail drop-in boxes all across the state of Georgia. Here's Ilhan Omar comparing this law to apartheid in South Africa. Listen.
Apartheid ended in South Africa because of boycotts. And so our hope is that, you know, this boycott will result in changes in the law, because we understand that when you restrict people's ability to vote, you create a democracy that isn't fully functioning for all of us.
She says MLB and these companies are on the right path, sir.
Well, it's so disgusting that...
Sorry, Anna, scoot him back a tiny bit there. With what, I like just his tiny little laugh that he has there. It's perfect. Like, I'll just let it play again.
She says MLB and these companies are on the right path, sir.
Well, it's so disgusting that people would try to take something as horrible as apartheid and try to equate it to this and not to explain it. This is the worst part. They make these accusations, they all get on the bandwagon, and they will not sit down and explain it. And there are a lot of people who just listen to headlines, or they listen to what's repeated, and they assume that that's truth. It is
brainwashing. Testify, brother.
It's not truth, and it is destroying our nation. And I hope people will wake up and realize it before it is too late. You know, we're not each other's enemies. And, you know, trying to create black victimhood and white guilt does not lead us to a good place.
Yeah.
Spot on. That is it. That is exactly what the left are trying to do to us. You know, like, they're trying to split blacks from whites, Asians from whites with the coof, the pandemic, you know. They're trying to separate all races, you know. They're trying to make us fight against each other. We don't need to do that. You know, that's what they want. You know, what we need to do is unite under, you know, the reality of the situation, which is that voter ID and stuff is not racist. What? Like, really? Like, it's just, I don't even understand how they, that's like saying, like, you eat KFC, or you eat McDonald's, and therefore you're racist somehow. You know, like, it just doesn't make sense. Oh, but yeah, I love this dude. He's fucking, that's what I mean, like, he fucking nails it. I love this guy.
I mean, it's interesting. You had an election where you saw bigger black voter turnout and an increase in black voting for President Trump over the prior election, and you just have to wonder if some of this language is designed to, to sort of knock that back.
Well, every time you hear somebody say that this is racist, just ask yourself, do they have another good argument? Usually they don't, so that's their default. Let's call it racist.
Dr. Ben Carson, always good to talk to you, sir. Thank you so much for.
Okay. That closing argument right there was just the fucking icing on the cake. Like, he hit it like every spot of the argument. Like, and that's what people, not all people, but like, lefties in general, they look at Trump supporters like myself, and they're thinking, oh, this guy must be racist, like he's a Trump supporter. But there's also black Trump supporters, there's Latino Trump supporters, there's Mexican Trump supporters, there's Asian American Trump supporters. I mean, I've talked to countless people here in Australia myself of multiple different races. The Trump supporters, even Vietnamese. I've talked to some Vietnamese people, Aboriginal people, that are Trump supporters. I mean, I don't give a shit what race you are. If you're, in my eyes, as a Trump supporter, if you believe in the betterment of America and making America great, by great I mean, like for the American people, I'm Australian, obviously, so, I'm not American, I can't vote, so, but I'm just saying, in general, if you stand for what's right, and human rights and all this, and for those that say, oh, Joe Biden, supports human rights, I mean, just have a look at what's going on the border, and all the other crap that he's doing at the moment, catch and release, losing 1 million jobs, all that, more than that, but yeah, you look at all that together, and you know what's funny? Joe Biden himself tried to call Trump racist, yet he's said a lot more racist things in the past than what Trump has, and his actual video proof to prove it, So, like, as Ben Carson says, it's like all the lefties can do, really, is just try to say that we're racist for no apparent reason, Yet I'm supporting this black dude right here. I'm white. This guy's black, obviously. But I'm supporting him because I 100% agree with everything that he's saying, and this dude is a goddamn legend. He nailed everything spot on. Like, I'm actually really impressed with the way that he, kept everything simple for the lefties out there. He knows lefties are gonna be watching. You can tell, you can tell by those little kind of, laughs and stuff that he does. But yeah, props to you, Dr. Ben Carson. You're a goddamn legend. But anyway, if you guys like the content, check it, like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know if you think let me know if you think it's racist that I like what this dude's saying, if you want. But yeah, I look forward to seeing your comments and stuff, and I'll catch everyone in the next video.